What's going on, plugins? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Michigan State's 2023 recruiting class and how good they will be this season. Before we get into this video, make sure you drop a like, and if you're new here, sub to the channel and become a part of the family. Now let's get into the video. Michigan State basketball finished the 2022-2023 season with a 21-13 record, and the NCAA tournament, they made it all the way to the Sweet 16, but suffered a heartbreaking loss in overtime to Kansas State. Tom Izzo has high expectations for this upcoming season. Michigan State fans are excited about this 2023 recruiting class coming in, which ranks 5th in the country. Michigan State hasn't had a recruiting class ranked this high in a few years. Let's take a look into Michigan State's 2023 recruits and see what they bring to this team. First, let's talk about their best recruit, Xavier Booker, who is a 5-star 6'10 center. He was ranked 11 by 24/7 Sports and 16 by ESPN. During his senior season, he averaged 15 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks per game. And at the Bengals All-American Camp in June 2022, he earned MVP honors. For the people who don't know Xavier Booker, he was one of the fastest risers in the 2023 class rankings. At one point, he was ranked 91 in 24/7 Sports rankings, and he jumped all the way to 4. Out of everyone in the 2023 class, Xavier Booker might have the highest ceiling. He could potentially be in the conversation as a top 3 pick in the 2024 draft. He's that talented. Xavier Booker is a tall, athletic player who can do a little bit of everything on the court. It's reported that he has a 7'5" wingspan, and this gives him an advantage on offense and defense. Offensively, he's an elite finisher. This is going to be his biggest strength. He can get you a lot of points in the paint. He's going to be a problem for defenders on fast breaks. He can run the floor well and catch lobs. He can put the ball on the floor and rise up over defenders and finish strong at the rim. During his junior and senior seasons, he showed that he can be a knockdown jump shooter, especially from 3. His shooting looks fluid and effortless. He can shoot spot-up jumpers. For a player his size, he has good handles, and at times he can create his own shot if he needs to. This is good for Michigan State. They can use him on the perimeter. He can come off screens and knock down shots. Most centers can't knock down threes and mid-range jump shots, so they definitely need to take advantage of this during his freshman season. He'll be able to space the floor and not be in the paint with his back to the basket all the time. Some scouts say his best part of his game is his passing. He has a natural feel for passing lanes and can see the court well to find his teammates. It's not often we can see a center who is a good passer, so he could rack up a lot of assists during the season. I expect him to be a solid defender. He has all the tools to become an elite defender. He has the size and athleticism. He should be able to be a solid rebounder and rim protector. He could probably guard every position on the court. Like if he got switched on a guard, I think he'd be able to hold his own. Xavier Booker has a small frame. He needs to put on weight in college. He'll be guarding some strong centers, so some centers could give him some problems in the paint. I believe he'll be the best player on the team during his freshman season and have an immediate impact. He will probably be the starting power forward on the team. They already have a couple solid centers. Xavier Booker's play style fits better as a power forward anyway, but if Tom Izzo puts out a small ball lineup, they can slide Xavier Booker to the 5. But plugins, what position you think Xavier Booker will be playing? Power forward or center? Drop your opinions in the comments. Cohen Carr is a 4-star 6'7" forward. He was ranked 43 by 24/7 Sports and 25 by ESPN. He's one of the most explosive players in high school, regardless of class. I got to see him in person at the Iverson Classic dunk contest, and the dunks he was pulling off were insane. I couldn't believe some of the dunks I was seeing, plugins. He is a world-class dunker with crazy athleticism. It's reported that he has a 45-inch vert. He's going to be a human highlight reel the whole season. I haven't seen a player bouncy like this since Zion Williamson. He's an aggressive downhill slasher. He's fast with the ball in his hands. Combined with his ability to change directions quickly, he can get to the rim in a blink of an eye. I wouldn't advise any player to jump with him when he's attempting to dunk unless you want to end up on a poster. He has elite above the rim ability that's hard to defend, so if he beats you to the rim, it's game over. He's not much of a jump shooter, but if he can develop a decent jumper, he'll be a nightmare to defend in college. He doesn't need to become an elite shooter. He just needs to be good enough to keep the defense honest. If he's not getting to the rim, he pretty much can't do anything for you offensively. Now, I'm not saying he can't make a jump shot at all, but he's not a threat from the perimeter. Defenders are not going to fear him out there. He'll have to prove in college he can knock down jump shots consistently. Michigan State fans, y'all should be excited to have a player like him. He will bring energy to the team. Imagine if the team is struggling in a game and need a spark, and Cohen Carr pulls off a crazy dunk. The crowd is going to go crazy, and this will give the team momentum. Tom Izzo will find ways to get him on the court. I hope he can develop his offensive game. He's a raw prospect prospect with a lot of potential. I see him being a 3 to 4 year college player. Jeremy Fears is a 4-star 6'1" point guard. He was ranked 31 by 24/7 Sports and 27 by ESPN. He was a McDonald's All-American. He is one of the best two-way players in the 2023 class. He plays with a lot of intensity, and he doesn't back down to anyone on the court. He has his confidence in himself that he's the best player out there, and when he's in the zone and he starts trash talking, he's a hard player to stop. He loves driving to the rim. Even though he's an undersized guard, don't think for 1 second he won't try and dunk on you. He's a very explosive guard. He has a quick burst to the rim. He's a crafty finisher. He can finish with either hand, and he can pull off some crazy layups. He's a streaky shooter and needs to be more consistent. The best part of his game is his decision making and being a leader. He's a floor general with elite court vision, and he's a true point guard. He has the ability to draw defenders in, and he can deliver accurate passes to his teammates from anywhere on the court. He's a vocal leader, and when he talks, everyone listens. He has the respect of his teammates, and he holds everyone accountable. On defense, he's a lockdown defender. He's the type of player who gives 100% on defense. He's a physical defender, and he's always active with his hands, and he has a knack for getting steals. He moves his feet well to stay in front of the person he's guarding. I'm not sure if Tom Izzo will start him, but he will get a lot of minutes because of his defense. Jeremy Fears could play the 2, but he is undersized, so maybe he'll only play point guard this season. Drop in the comments if you think he can play both positions or not. He will probably play 2 years of college basketball, but he has the talent to be a one-and-done player. We just got to see how good he plays this season. Garrick Norman is a 4-star 6'6" small forward. He's ranked 120 by 24/7 Sports and 82 by ESPN. He's a talented catch and shooter who can create his own shot. He has a smooth release on his jump shot. I see Michigan State using him as a catch and shooter from 3. He can size up defenders and pull up and knock down shots. It seems like his favorite move to use is a step back, and this helps him create space from defenders and knock down shots. He's an underrated athlete. He can play above the rim, and he has some bounce. Most scouts are comparing him to former Michigan State player Matt McQuaid because of his shooting ability at his size and his ability to play above the rim. Garrick Norman's play style is similar to him, so hopefully he can play that Matt McQuaid role for Michigan State. Tyson Walker was the team's leading scorer, averaging 14.8 points per game. He's coming back for another season, and this is great news for Michigan State fans, getting their top scorer back. He became their go-to player when the team needed to get a bucket, and he often came through. He was shooting 45% from the field and 41% from 3. I can see him shooting around the same percentages and averaging more points this season. He needs to improve on his assists. He only averaged 2.9 last season. That's not that impressive. Even though he's a score-first guard, it would be nice if he can average 4 to 5 assists per game. AJ Hogarth averaged 12.9 points, 5.9 assists, and 3.7 rebounds per game. He's their best pure point guard on the team right now. He knows how to run the offense, so it's always good to get a player like that back for another season. Incoming freshman Jeremy Fears could end up being the starting point guard in the middle of the season. Jeremy Fears will bring a different dynamic to this team if he starts, but as of right now, AJ's the best option to be the starting point guard. Jaden Akins averaged 9.8 points, 4 rebounds, and 1.2 assists. He'll be their starting small forward going into the season. He's arguably Michigan State's best defender and shooter. He finished the season playing some of his best basketball, averaging 13 points per game while shooting 47% from the field and 50% from 3 in the last 7 games of the season. He was playing some elite defense, and his defensive rebounding percentage was one of the best in college basketball. His athleticism took a hit during the season because he was battling a foot injury. He couldn't really show off his explosiveness, so hopefully he can stay healthy this season. Malik Hall averaged 8.8 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.2 assists. He has been a solid player for Michigan State during his career, but he struggles at times. He'll most likely be the starting power forward to start the season. Matty Sissoko averaged 5.1 points and 6.1 rebounds. He was a solid center for them last season. He was one of the best shot blockers with a team best 28 blocks. He was one of the best rebounders on the team. He did struggle a little bit in the middle of the season, and he had the highest turnover rate on the team. He will have some competition at center. 2 other players on the team could be competing to be the starting center. Jackson and Carson Cooper could start at center. Jackson provides the most offense. He has elite footwork, perimeter game, and he's a decent passer. Carson Cooper has a lot of upside, but he needs to improve his offense. The coaching staff are expecting him to take a big leap. He showed flashes late in the season with his defense. He showed he's a good ball screen defender and a rim protector. Trey Holloman is also looking to make a big leap. He had an okay freshman season, but he could see a bigger role in his sophomore season, getting a lot of minutes at point guard. He doesn't turn the ball over, and he's a solid defender, so he will have chances this season to prove himself. Tom Izzo of Michigan State could make a lot of noise this season and shock a lot of people with the roster they have, and he has some good veteran players returning. I feel like they could make it back to the Sweet 16 and possibly the Elite 8. Xavier Booker is going to be a key piece to Michigan State's success this season. He's one of the highest recruits ever for Tom Izzo. It's going to be a lot of expectations for him during his freshman season, but Xavier Booker will live up to his expectations and be one of the best freshmen in the country. Michigan State is going to have a great season. I can't wait to see how good they do. How good will Xavier Booker be during his freshman season at Michigan State? Can he lead them to a national championship? Will Michigan State be one of the best teams in the country this season? Drop your opinions in the comments. Make sure you drop a like on the video and sub to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you know when I post. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.